episode 5 of SR250 build. Today is going to be a bit on the tank. I've left it overnight and wrapped in a bin bag, and the nitrous mortar has done its work, so I've just cleaned it all off. And some of the sort of areas where I left or where the nitrous mortar didn't quite get in and you would maybe apply a second coat, I've left that. I kind of like having a few bits of the original paintwork still on there, and a bit of the moisture's just started giving it a little bit of rust, so that's kind of got, well, not rust, well, it is rust, but it's more of a patina rather than rotting. So yeah, that's really good, so I'll show you what that looks like now. There's the tank. And I've literally just left the paint that nitrous mortar didn't get, you know, that you'd normally sort of go back over. I've left all that. Some nice bits of just like surface rust just forming on it. And I've just wiped it over with WD-40. It's probably rust up a little bit more, or get the surface rust on there. There's bits just like around the fuel tap I quite like. But yeah, all in. Pretty happy with that. I think that's the way it's gonna stay. I'm not sure about putting the Yamaha side badges on yet. I might make up my own custom badges to go on the side. But yes, I rather like that. And I think that is pretty much it. Just give it a clear coat so it doesn't disintegrate under me, and we're good to go. There you go. Let's give you a bit of a visual with it on the bike. I like it. Looking pretty badass. I think that's going to time really nice. Black, brown grips. Sweet. And the second thing is the sprocket cover. I'm going to do something with that, and I'm just messing around with ideas now. In terms of when I say mess around with it, I'll just drill it out, you know, do something decorative in there. So here's the sprocket cover. There we go. Right, you see I've drawn out a grid on there, and I was humming and hawing what to do. I did wonder about sort of lines, but these are the fins. I'm gonna, once it's all black, I'm going to expose the highs on these fins, and sort of same on the barrels. So there's a fair bit of finnage and lineage that's going to be exposed anyway. So I thought, no, I might do something different, and I'm thinking just lots of little mini holes, that just kind of that perforated, drilled out look. So I'll probably start off by doing a line, every other one do a hole, and then back down like that. So I think that's going to look nice. I'm just going to dot in the pen just to get a better visual of it and see that I'm happy with it before I start drilling into it. So I shall put the camera down and show you when it's done. Okay, so I've sharpied in the dots and then silver sharpied out the lines, and I'm not sure I'm 100% on that one. I think they might need to be close together and maybe pattern shifted over that way a little bit. So yeah, let's wipe that off and do another one. Maybe that one. Still not entirely sure. No. Well, I did do just lines, the thicker lines going horizontally, but they're a little bit at odds at all the other lines, so I just freehanded it in the end. And yeah, do you know what, I think I'm just going to drill that one out. I quite like that. Obviously the circles aren't perfect, they're just freehanded, but the crosses are pretty much bang on. And I think about that sort of size. So yeah, I've one more final look at it and then make a decision. Yeah, I think that's going to be the ones. I quite like it. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just get drilling. Well, there's the grid drawn out. So, punch time. Let's start making the holes. And there we go, the hole's lobbed in. I rather like it. It's, yeah, I think it looks kind of groovy. My step drills are a little bit blunt, so even with the centre punch they've kind of gone off a little bit, so these aren't, but I actually like the fact that they're not machine perfect, if you know what I mean. You know, I quite like the random, you know, just slightly off, bit of a human touch, and that's not me just making excuses for being a bit shit there. I actually do quite like it. I think it looks pretty groovy. But yeah, there we go. Another little personalisation stuck on there. Okay, next. Right, okay, so sprocket cover's done, tank's done. I'll quickly cut back in a second to the tank. That I've left outside now for a couple of days, and that's had a bit of table salt rubbed all over it and just left out in the rain overnight. So that's looking quite nice now. It's getting a bit of a kind of rusty kind of look to it. So I'll cut you over to that now. Quick tank update. It's been left outside 2 days now, one night, and some of this you can see on here, I've just covered it in table salt just to speed up the patina process, but it's getting a nice kind of yeah, just a light kind of covering there. So not too excessive, but yeah, it's looking quite nice. So I think I'm gonna leave that out here for probably the duration of today, and then I might start washing some of the salt off and see what we end up with. But yeah, it's all a bit of a fun process. So there we go. That can stay there for a bit. Right. So the shed. What to do next? I spent yesterday, this video's been done in over 2 days, I spent yesterday doing the battery box out of the ammo tin, and it was going along well, but halfway through it, well, more like 3/4 of the way through it, I kind of changed direction a little bit, and it was a little bit too late to salvage what I'd done. Yeah, it was a bit of an annoying kind of, wouldn't say brainwave, but a little tweak on the idea. I'll show you the battery box as it is. So that's what I've started making, and that was just going to have like the brain strap just holding it in place. But what I want to do now is maybe do one that's a bit wider, and actually this ammo box wouldn't have worked even if I had thought of this. It needs to be a bit wider because where it's mounted, I actually want to incorporate the ignition about here, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it all in the box as well. So I'm going to have to rethink my battery box idea to incorporate the ignition. So then, as you're sort of, you know, here you go, sat on the bike, the ignition is just going to be down here. So yeah. So unfortunately, I spent the best part of the day yesterday farting around with that and not really getting anywhere. So I'm jumping back again, as we're doing all over with this project, back to the wheels. Now I've been looking at costing bits and bobs up as I'm going along now, because as I said, I'm getting to the stage where I need to start getting oil, filters, gaskets, paint, loads and loads of different things. The list's endless. And it looks like, if I'm not careful, of course, these costs can go a bit crazy. So it's down to the with the wheels, probably the swing arm and the engine, all that, and the tank, all that's going to be kind of home paint or refurbed or whatever. The frame is the only thing that's probably going to get blasted and powder coated. So these bad boys, I'm going to get some of the Simonis, or whatever, however you pronounce it. They've got like the frame paint they do, satin black. It's very resistant to chipping. Simonis is pretty good stuff anyway, so that's what I'm going to be painting these with. So I've got to clean these up now. The rims aren't particularly bad at all, actually. Very little, if any, pitting or rust on them. It is just the spokes, and on the rear wheel I'm kind of hoping that is just, yeah, that's just oil chain lube gunk. So maybe underneath that, after a good clean up, they're not going to be too bad. But yeah, a little bit of elbow grease on that. But the first job is this tyre. Believe it or not, the valve stem is out. I think I showed that in the last video. The air's come out, but I mean, this thing is probably so old, it's rock solid, absolutely rock solid. The tyres are getting changed anyway. I want some slightly fatter tyres on it. So I need to try and get this bad boy off. Now I haven't got a bead breaker, I haven't got tyre irons even. So what I intend to do is try and break the bead either with a bit of wood and a bit of leverage and pop it off, or maybe get the crowbar in there. This is not the sort of stuff I'd recommend doing to a mint newly painted wheel. I'm also probably, the best way, or at least a way I'm going to try and attempt, is the cable tie method for removing the tyre. So stay tuned, let's see what happens with this. Right, so the cable tie method didn't work. This tyre is being a bastard. Well, I mean, I haven't got the right tools to be doing it really, so I ended up punching a hole in the sidewall, because obviously these tyres are shot. I've jammed a chisel through that side. You can see it, so it's there to stop the tyre jumping back down in. And just working my way around the edge, trying to free it off. Done. That was a fucking arse. But then again, I'm doing it in a very stupid way. Right, I've got a load of degreaser on it, the rear wheel, and this one. So I'm just going to spray it all with some WD-40. And bring out the pan scourers. not literally obviously, but yeah, they started coming up a little bit. They're far from perfect. I've still got a lot of work to do yet, but they are slowly cleaning up reasonably well. I mean, at least you can see there's metal underneath all the crap. Still got to get on the inner hub and these spokes here. Yeah, I'm just getting really tired of doing that today now. I think I've had enough. It's been a few hours. I'm going to call it a wrap on episode 5. Have a little think now, because I'm feeling lazy now, whether or not I go and get the wheels blasted, or if I can, where I used to work, they got a bead blaster, so if they fit in there, don't know, might see if I can blag a bit of a blasting, so that's going to be easy to get inside that hub and get that cleaned up. But yeah, we'll see, we shall see, all food for thought. But thanks for watching. This will be the end of episode 5, SR250 build, and yeah, I'll see you for episode 6.